Hi everybody, happy Sunday. So I get up this morning, welcome to my channel. My name is Maria. So I get up this morning really early, up by like 3:30, quarter to 4 to go to work. And turn on the news, and this weather chick at NASA is talking about we got this meteor coming at the planet. It's coming into the Earth's atmosphere, but it really only looks like a dot. But we're gonna go up there and we're gonna hit it. I don't know why they're hitting it. So the news person is like, well, if it's just a dot, could you possibly hit it and throw it off its course and actually make it hit the earth and make damage? No, we don't think so. We've never really done this kind before. It's just a dot. But, if it hits the earth, but if we hit it, we could get what? Send it where? Why are they hitting meteorites in the air? So I get home. I'm hydrating up, and I guess I could watch the Bills, but they're not on until Buffalo, till I think 3 o'clock. So I turn on the TV, there's a movie on called Greenland, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me, what is this movie? So I had to stop it, turn it on to the front. It's about this friggin' meteor comet coming globally at the Earth. And globally, it's going to hit the Earth. And it's like an apocalypse. And people have to make daunting decisions to cast, like leaving people behind and stuff. So I'm in the first 5 minutes of it where they're starting to realize something's not right. Something's wrong with the atmosphere. Greenland. So I don't know if art is imitating. I don't know what's life's imitating art or art's imitating life anymore. It's pretty freaky. Okay, so I'm gonna make my video today about if somebody ever told you you were too sick to do something. I want you to take that right out of your head. It's very hard to do because your body will be inflamed, you'll be flared up, you'll have a headache, you'll have a backache, you'll have a rash, some strange, weird thing will happen. But I want to be straight up with you guys. In 1992, I stopped working. Now, I was diagnosed with multiple personality disorder, but that wasn't the disabling condition. But I had so many multiple things going on. I had meningitis like 5 times with what they call radiculopathy, where nerve damage to my left leg, so I was just dragging my left leg, and nerve damage to my bladder, where I had to self-cath because I couldn't urinate. So I had to be put on beta blockers to calm down my heart because it was going too fast, and blood pressure pills because I kept my blood pressure going high after the meningitis. And then they didn't know about the thyroid. They didn't know about me being hyperthyroid, so they couldn't really figure out why I always had a tremor in my hand, and I always had all this anxious energy, and we know now why. And why I was always sweating, and why I was always restless. So I want you to think about a few things. There are conditions that they've just slapped a label on back in the day. First of all, they used to test you for trigger points with fibromyalgia. I have fibromyalgia. I do. I have flare-ups. But I can remember my doctor the first time I went to her in 1991. She was like pressing different spots on my body. Does it hurt? Well, yeah. Hurt? Yeah. Well, now we know anybody getting pressed in those trigger points is going to go, ow. Okay, so so what fibromyalgia basically is, they know now, is any pain you get, the volume is turned up in your brain. I used to get debilitating headaches, like they were called cluster headaches, cluster migraine headaches. But every medication they put me on just made me tired. And I mean, I was in a fog. And so then I went into therapy. Like, oh, go try to integrate. Interesting thing is, outside of therapy, I integrated naturally. Because actually going to therapy at the rate I was going, 3 times a week, sometimes every day, for years, and then physical therapy, and then I had a brace on my leg, and then, I mean, anybody could see the physical disabilities I have, and I still have, and they're a challenge. But don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do anything, because you can do something, and you'll feel better when you do. So, right now I'm probably at the worst physically that I've ever been. If we were to look at it on paper, it would say chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia. It would say my spine is severe scoliosis, past 45 degrees, S-shaped, compression fractures times 3 from my L3 to my L5, just keep like dominoes. Stenosis of the spine, cervical stenosis of the 2, and 3. It would say my lumbar is out. It would say I have severe osteoporosis. It would say I'm hyperthyroid with Graves' disease. It would say I have a malrotated intestine that could twist any minute. It would say hyperthyroid with multinodular toxic goiters that can make you have a really hard time acclimating to different temperatures. I want to tell you, it's like something clicks in you when you realize you're on this planet and somebody told you to go sit down and you can only have this much. You can only have this much money. You can only have this much food. You can only live right here. And you have to depend on the government. And you have to go see your doctor every 6 to 8 weeks now. And they have to draw blood. And you have to be on medication. And what did I tell you I did in 2009? Started weaning myself off all those medications. Cold turkeyed it over Labor Day weekend 2009. Now I'm down to just my blood pressure medicine and I'm going off the GERD, which I really do need GERD medication because there isn't much room here, and when I swell, it gets really bad. The main thing is, what I've had to remember is to really stretch every morning, stretch 2 or 3 times a day. I walk to work. It's rained all week. I've put in 6 days already. I've put in a good 5-6 hours a day. I'm on my feet all day. I'm bending, lifting, cleaning. Think about cleaning your oven every day. It's the same kind of idea. The big vats that the dough machines that they make bagels in. And then I lift really big trays to make cookies, make large amounts of salad, make all the cream cheeses. It's a lot of work in a hot kitchen. And I'm overheating all the time. And I stop for maybe like 2 or 3 sips of water. And then the owner has been so great to me. He's been just teaching me every day. And I think by Tuesday he's going to be teaching me up front, which I think I'll grasp onto. But I've got a second job I'm going to also. So I'm not saying that there aren't people with disabilities permanently or whatever, but when your doctor says you can't do anything, and you're on Facebook all day, and you're on YouTube, and like me, I don't have a car. The only thing you got to do is live near being able to walk. The only thing that could happen is like last year, I tore my Achilles heel. I could not possibly walk to work with a torn Achilles heel. So I'm just being very gentle with that leg. I'm being very conscious of my spine. I'm lifting very carefully, but I'm stretching out my sacral and lumbar. Main thing is when I come home, I bend over, touch my toes, and walk it out. Like really walk it out. And then I go, because I've got the hump in my back, I do a lot of these kind of things. And I've got a big round stability ball that I do all my exercises on, and I just get on it and I grab that ball and I roll back and forth, stretch, and then your shins, like you gotta get your shins, because what happens is my toes and my feet go like this. Last week I came home and my whole hand went like that. And this has been going on for years. They thought it was MS because they're called contractures. Did I burn myself? I burnt myself. Um, I do that at home, taking cookies out of the oven. I made some monster yummy cookies. They were fun. Um, just really big chocolate chip cookies with frosting and sprinkles. I mean, who doesn't like doing a job like that? But what I'm doing is called a trial of work. So I've been on disability a long time. I'm 63 years old. So I have to start out slow. I'm on Section 8. I have to let my worker know the minute I get a paycheck, which the first paycheck will be held. So I won't get paid until the 29th, and I've put in a whole week already. I've already had my phone interview at Wegmans, and I'm on to my third interview at Wegmans, which I already met the manager and everything. So between a bagel place I'm working at and Wegmans, I'll be going early in the morning to make bagels, chicken salad, turkey salad, no, tuna salad, chicken salad, bagels, 2 kinds of cookies, all the cream cheeses, and then work up front and clean in between. You're constantly cleaning and clean the big dough machine up in between. So it's a lot of laborsome work, and then I'll get home about between 12 and about 12 o'clock, and then I'll walk back over to Wegmans 3 days a week or 4 for the 5 to 9 shift. And I'll be working in dairy, where I'm in a warehouse behind, kind of like below 41 degrees. It's pretty cold, but they're good. They give you shoes, which I don't have right now where I'm working. I'm using my old sneakers, and not safe. There's not enough grit on them. And it hurts because I'm walking there and walking back. And it's been raining every time I go to walk. So, I mean, if you have the things you need, I have to get an umbrella. An umbrella. We've had more rain in autumn than spring. So, I mean, you just gotta get up early, plan, dress, and I'm just gonna go with what my old standby. Pray, pace, and persist. If you don't pray, do meditations, whatever, but do something. Do something to make yourself feel purposeful on this earth. Now, I used to do tons of volunteer cooking, kinds of shelters. I can't name them all because too many. Too many to name. And Occupy Rochester, I was their cook. So I was feeding like 100 people a day, lunch, breakfast, and dinner. And they occupied the park. And that was right out of my house. Just walking to the store every day, getting all the supplies, coming home, cooking it. And they would come pick it up for me, and then I would go to the GAs at night. So I've always stayed busy. And my doctor knew that, and I just told her, I said, I want to go back to work. She was a little like, the pandemic. Okay, so you just tell people, if you're not comfortable being too close to people, wear your mask. I had my first 2 shots and my booster. When I saw my doctor in June, she said I didn't need the other one yet. I think they're going to try to give me the third one. I'm going to see her October 12th. But where I work right now, it's well ventilated. We keep a fan on. I'm in a very bad kitchen. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 kitchens. It's a lot of walking. It feels good. I actually feel healthier doing it. My spine is actually straightening out as I'm walking more. So I do think a lot of things that we have especially like fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome. I have it all. It really comes down to doing, like, you gotta multitask and you not try to overdo, but pace, and just mind your steps. Like, I leave my workstation, I pick up everything. If I'm going in the direction to bring cream cheeses back to the cooler, I pick up my mixer and everything because I'm gonna have to wash it out for the next thing. It's just not having to keep going back and forth extra steps. It's also time efficient. But leaving early enough so you're not rushing and having to walk. And I'm not gonna try to walk fast in the winter. I'm gonna leave very early. Like, as soon as it gets light, I'll be there. I'm a little worried about walking back from Wegmans at night on the ice. A little worried about that. But they give you boots if you're a walker. They are good. They give you boots. And where I'll be working if I get that job, I already know what it is. I've already been referred by the people. You're lifting egg crates, all the cheeses, you're stacking all day, you're stacking cheeses and the milks. I'll get used to it. You're lifting gallons of milk and you're really putting them at a big pace. But you can take a 10-minute stretch break. I'm hoping this will work out for me. So I won't be on Facebook as much. I'll still be out here. But right now I'm running between 2 jobs and I have to report it to Social Security. I have to report it to Medicaid. I have to report it to, I have to go into Section 8 the minute I get a paycheck and show them what I'm getting. And then when I get the second job, go there then. So I'll be working probably about full time. And everything that always hurts me. So it doesn't stop hurting. And I'm really not bragging on myself. I am disgusted with myself that I allowed myself to believe that I dummied myself down, that I didn't believe in my own strength. And it feels so much better to be out there than to be home sick. Um, there are invisible illnesses and then there's visible. And I'm working with people that they'll have something. They'll have something. And this guy's so good. He's got a couple older people there, a couple younger people there. And they're not supermen. I'm the only woman there right now. But they're not like super exceptional employees. And I think I always put that stress on myself that I had to do everything perfect, the best, better than the rest. And after day 2, he said, "You're overthinking it. You're being too hard on yourself. Just take time and relax. Pretend you're in your own kitchen at home and have fun with it." And I did. I was like, you know what? Nobody is staring at me, gonna yell at me. I have to cut up some scallions. I do that at home all the time. I have to cook some bacon. I do that all the time. I don't have the money for that, but and I don't eat it that much. But so what? Cook it up. There is no job too small when it comes to making a paycheck. No job too small. Because my rent went up $200 this year, and that will come due in December. I don't even want to tell you what it is because it's crazy. Let's just say it's in the thousands. And so Section 8 is probably only going to pay about $100. And I just don't make that much. So I decided I'm going back to work. So what happens in a trial of work, you keep your disability for 9 months. And you do a trial of work. So say, and it's a different amount every year. So say it was $940 you can make in 2021. In 2022, it's $970. Depends on what you're on. If you're on SSI and you haven't worked enough to pay into the system, you won't be able to make as much. Because I worked a lot and paid into the system. It's disability, so I get to make a little more. So I can actually make up to $1,300 for 9 months. It doesn't have to be consecutive. So say 1 month I make between the 2 jobs 1,000, and another month I make 1,320. The 1,320 would be considered in 2022 substantial gainful employees. So they put that down as 1 month. And it just rolls over 60 months or over 9 months, but it goes further. But then you go into a 36-month extended period of time where you can earn the substantial gainful, but they look at how often do you earn it. So you keep your check for 9 months, your full amount. It is until you get into that 36 months, and that can last over 60 months. So what happens is you keep your Medicare so you can work. They want you to work. So you keep your Medicare. I have A and B. I'm looking into the C. And I have D, Medicare D. Medicaid, I have to pay a spend down. That spend down goes up as your income goes up. Food stamps go down as your income goes up. Your rent goes up as your income goes up. So it's just like a rat chasing their tail. So I sat down with him and I said, I want to get off the system completely. I know none of our jobs are promised with the pandemic and everything, but he kept his place open through the pandemic. And I talked to everybody at Wegmans. They were pretty cool. They were like, we're essential workers. If it happens again, you'll wear your mask, you'll have your boosters, and they'll keep you. So I just feel so good about this, and I wanted to tell people about it. So a lot of people think when you're on disability, you can't go to work. What I did is I said, I need to do my doctor appointments and my blood draws. So I know I go to my doctor every 6 to 8 weeks. And that's like a follow-up I have to have all the time. And then if I need to see the neurologist, the endocrinologist, the orthopedics, physical therapy, or a chiropractor, she puts it down. If I need to see a urologist or a nephrologist because of the tumors I have on my kidney, she lets me know. So I have made all my appointments. I've paid my spend down for Medicaid up through the end of November. I have made all my appointments for my osteoporosis density thing for a Wednesday with my breast exam because I missed last year. Then orthopedics I have to go to for my leg. And I pray everything go good with my kidney and all that and my spine, and you just keep going. And what I told both employers is I cannot work Wednesdays. All of my doctor appointments are on Wednesdays. When I need to go pay my spend down at Medicaid, it'll be on Wednesdays. Any paperwork I have to turn in for anything, that'll be on a Wednesday. But the rest of the week I can work in the mornings and evenings and nights. I'm not quite ready to do overnights. I don't think I can do that yet. Although if it gets kind of crazy at my apartment any worse than it's been, I probably would enjoy going in overnight because the people below me never sleep. At night, they sleep all day. So, so if they get too crazy with their smell that makes me sick, I'll sign up for overnights. Because there are zombies during the day. They wake up around 7, 8 o'clock, do their thing all night long. So it's been that way for 6 years. So, I mean, you have to work around all that. And I used to juggle it when I was a divorced mom. I really did fine until somebody told me, you're too sick. When people tell you you're too sick, ask the creator of your soul to give you energy and to give you stamina. And when I think of so many people that I've let have an opinion of my life, and people that actually profited from me being needy, some doctors, a friend. There have been people that's how they do. They show up because they need to be needed because they're getting something from it, from you needing them. I promise you, when you put 2 feet in front of each other, or however you go, I don't want to over spiritualize this, but there is something to be said for when you start moving forward, God will meet you at your need and help you with what you need. You'll find favor. People will see what you're doing and go, oh, I can give you the hours you need. Oh, no, we can do that. They see. So the way this works is if you're in your 60s, it's kind of hard, but if you're in your 60s, I'm 63. So the way it was explained to me is as long as I get my pay stubs in every month, they calculate them. And that 36 months is going to roll right into me being 65. I'm going to keep my Medicare. I don't lose my Medicare. The one place I work does have a payroll benefit plan for part-timers that is, I'd have to say, much better than Medicaid. It'll come out of my taxes, but I'm gonna go with a paid, something like that. I just have to check with my doctor and see if she takes it. And so how to gain independence? Don't say you can't. Don't allow anyone else to tell you can't. Talk to people, find out what's available to you. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm dependent on food stamps. Everywhere I'm working, I could grab a bite to eat. I could go to the store and grab something. I don't need a lot of food. It's just me. How much food does one person need? So I'm just gonna say I don't want food stamps. So that's one thing gone. And then the Section 8, if I have to run down there every month to give them the stuff, I'll probably just tell them to take me off of it because the rent here is ridiculous. It's going up $200 every year. And I could understand it if there were some kind of updates, but nothing's really being updated. Got a lot of mamas around here planting little gardens, but that's about it. But they're good. They get the snow removed. They eventually get everything done, right? So I was blessed to have a roof over my head and a job, possibly 2. Well, possibly 3, because I've got all along this trip here. I just applied everywhere, and of course they all called at once. It's not just Christmas help. If you do good, they keep you. And I see the same employees at Wegmans. They're really good. And pharmacist there was so happy for me. He's known me from Faye's Drugstore, which is a place I lived years ago when I was like when I first got meningitis and I first got sick. I first started to have to be on medications when I first got chronic fatigue and all that. He was the pharmacist around the corner from where I lived. And then he became a pharmacist out here. And when he heard that I was applying, he said, Maria, I gotta tell you, I watched you walk around this store. He said, and you're lugging stuff and you're doing good. Said, go on, make some money. I said, I'm happy for you. Everyone at Wegmans that knows me for 20 years, it's like, you're here every day. Like the only time I wasn't here was when that torn Achilles heel. My toes just went, ugh, it was bad. I kept doing the physical therapy. And I gotta tell you, the physical therapy that they gave me to do from where I went was not very helpful. They would maybe increase one exercise every 2 weeks. Or do 3 more of what we did last week. That was the appointment. $300, $300. Like, nah, I went to YouTube, looked up what to do, started doing it every day. You just gotta test yourself. So now I've been going all day. I'm gonna go hydrate up, get a lot of water in me, not all at once, do all my stretching, and have some salad. But I just want to tell you guys, I don't care if you have DID, MPD, DID, whatever you're calling it, post-traumatic stress, you know what? Everyone has triggers. I had to learn that. I had to learn that what's the worst that could happen? It already happened. It might feel like it's happening again, but it's not. When you tell yourself it's not happening. Just, do your breathing. One of the best things I found was Andrew Herman Labs. Go to Andrew Huberman Labs. Stress reduction. I'm going to show it again. I did a video about this. Take a deep breath in through your nose. It's going to sound funny because I haven't done this yet all day. But deep breath in through your nose. Best breath you can take. Close your mouth, nose. Totally different than. Totally different. It's another level. It's 2. It's like, go up. Imagine yourself going to the bridge of your nose. You'll feel your ears pop. It'll clear your sinuses. You'll feel it in the back of your head, and you'll come back to yourself. If you're panicking, if that's the kind of thing you're dealing with, post-traumatic stress, being all anxious, heart's going a mile an hour, stick your hands in some water, look at your hands, shake them out, shake your sillies out. I do a lot of fidgeting. Make your toes go up like this if you've been on your feet. Up and down with your toes like you're playing piano or whatever. Do your ankle circles, and then get home, I'm completely, it's bad, but loosen it up. And then your lower back. If you can get your lower back unhinged, because that's where it ties up behind your shins, and that gets your ankles. So do your ankle curls, like put your foot up, and you'll hear mine. You'll hear, because it'll undo your knee. So if you've got like ugly feet, make sure to do this and do a lot of stretching. A lot of stretching. And even get your hips like pull out, get your hips and stretch and really just, get worked out after you come home from work. Rest and get on with your day. And feels good. I'm in a shower by 4 a.m. I went to a doctor. I gotta tell you guys this. I went to a doctor who let me come in there 2, sometimes 3 times a week, depressed. I wasn't showering. I would take a bath 3 times a week. They will meet you at where you're at and just keep telling you you're depressed. You got reason to be depressed. They'll listen to you. They'll make money off of you. You're worth more than that. Medicine is a business. So is psychiatry. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not saying people don't need it. But when you know what you need to know, when you know what happened to you, and there's nothing you can really do about it, and the past comes flying back in front of you and it hurts, give it to God and keep going. I realized yesterday there are some people you can never change. You can't. Some things you can't change about yourself. You try, you can't. But just have grace with them. Give them some sacred space and just keep going forward. Thank you, Abigail. You know who you are. Thank you to my daughter and my son who continued to encourage me to just keep moving forward. Thank you to my cousins who helped with my children when they were younger. And that's it. And my family that was family to them. And on a different place to stay healthy. And I just want you guys to know, if you ever went on disability, I know everyone has a different, unique situation. But I literally was on disability from 1992. And I probably can't make it without my disability check because everybody's just hiring part-time. But you can keep your disability check because you still are disabled. You still got that thing that is going to flare up once in a while. You're going to need to take a few sick days once in a while. But don't go into it thinking, oh, I'm going to, first time you sneeze, or oh, it's COVID, or, just take your space, wash your hands a lot. People are getting too close to you. I give them the stink eye. Like, you're getting too close to me. You're sweating. Get away from me. Everybody knows now to take their space. Everybody kind of like moves back. So, into it. I know so many people in the D.I.D community who they have chronic fatigue. They have, because the body keeps score. They have chronic fatigue. They have fibromyalgia. They have arthritis. They have chronic pain. A lot of people with trauma have chronic pain. So do I. It gets better. You move through it as you move and as you have purpose and you're doing something fun. You're learning how to make new things. Who thought I would have fun making cream cheese? I have fun. It's fun. And then I come home and I cook more. I bake and cook more. It's fun. Loading stuff, I kind of like that. I kind of like getting all the shelves in order and done. And I like being in cold temperatures, so it's okay. They give you a little hat if you want it. You can wear a ski cap, you can wear gloves, you can wear a fleece jacket or lined pants where I'm going to be working at Wegmans. And you're basically in the back under 41 degrees, stocking all the milks, eggs, cheeses, yogurts, and all that. So you get to come out from behind there and then go back again. Everybody does teamwork, so everybody works together, pushing the crates. And come home, take a nice hot shower. And so I'm going from hot, hot to cold, cold. And just, I gotta tell you, this movie looks crazy. Greenland. It looks crazy. Everybody's in the street, martial arts, they're all fighting each other. So like I said, I woke up this morning with seeing the meteorite that's coming towards the planet, and we're gonna just go, we're gonna knock into it and see what it does. Why? I don't know. We got hurricanes everywhere. My prayers are with Floridians, Canadians. Seems like the whole globe. The Philippines has a tsunami. Mexico has earthquakes. Florida, the Keys, Central Florida, all of Florida. That's Hurricane Ian. Hurricane Fiona really hit Nova Scotia, Canada, Puerto Rico. Oh my God, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. I'm just praying for everybody. Take your time and get what you need. And please be safe and praying for you. Love you. thanks for, if you want to hang in with me, I've got some, I'm going to be working on a shawl later this week on my day off. I'm still doing knitting and crochet tutorials. I'm still talking about mental health. But if you've ever wondered if you can work on disability, yes, you can. And believe me, they will work with you. If you need a special chair or a foot bench, if you're standing, or accommodations, you want to go to your doctor and get an accommodation letter and see if your employer can. There are people that sit in a wheelchair and cash people out. There are people that have a brace, and there are people that need transportation. And I might do that in the winter so that I don't fall on my butt and have a problem. Because it's usually very icy about the time of day I'll be walking back. And in the morning it's not too bad, but in the evening it's bad. So you can get that. They will help you, but then they lower your check for your accommodations. Also, if you need special shoes, inserts, which Wegmans gives you your shoes, they swap them out every 3 months, and boots. They give you t-shirt or sweatshirt or fleece if you're working in the freezer cooler area, to give you a fleece jacket. And then the other job I'm working, he just wants me to get better sneakers, which I have to work on. Looking at my sneakers now, they're like old. Don't ever get your sneakers at a thrift shop. Don't ever accept shoes from other people, even though they're being generous. Your spine, your spine has a your feet have their own arch. It changes all the time, and it changes from your spine, how your weight shifts. So for like about 20 years, I wore other people's boots, other people's sneakers. It's a nice gesture, but if you will have more spine problems. Go get fitted properly for wide, long, whatever, and make sure you have the support you need for your back, for your stride you walk, and the surfaces you walk on. And what else? What else? What else? Put a little Himalayan salt in your water if you're not used to working a lot, because you don't want to get dehydrated. Okay, that's it. Bye. Thanks. Have a nice day. Happy Sunday.